Hello guys, welcome back to another episode of Full Damage on the Mindcrack Season 5 server. We are over here at Goodland. As we so often are these days, Cluedo is complete. I know it doesn't look like it. The redstone and stuff is complete. All the hoppers are in place now, and all that good stuff. The actual building is not, but I'll do that off camera at some point in the near future. But this, what we're working on now, is a Gravwell. So, Gravwell is a board game, little known board game. I've talked about it before. It uses a spiral board, which is why we have a spiral here. It's not going to be made out of wood in the end. This is just a template, so I know what I'm doing. And there are cards that are dealt out, or dealt out to the table, and you have to draft from them. So that's what all this stuff is for. So, the actual rules state that you need to deal out three times as many cards as the number of players. So say if you're doing a 3-player game, you'll deal out 9 sets of cards. If you're doing a 4-player game, you'll deal out 12 sets of cards. Obvious and math and stuff. Which is why we have these hoppers, or these dirt blocks. They're going to be hoppers eventually, which indicate how many cards we're dealing out. So we've got 1 through 12 over on this side here. So we need to replace all these with hoppers, which is expensive and not something I can really afford right now. But the idea is we're going to have below each hopper a dropper, and each hopper is going to face that direction. So, this is going to be the floor here, so actually we're going to need to drop this down a couple of blocks. Whoops, let's do that. So let's do our dropper, and do our hopper. Okay, and we're also going to want, on top of there, a pressure plate, which, when activated, will hopefully, I can grab it to fill it, trigger, excellent, the dropper. Okay, that's step 1 in our master plan for how to do this card game, or how to do this board game. Then we're going to need a couple more droppers coming off of here. We're going to need a comparator coming off as well, which I do not have on me. So we need a comparator coming out here. Oop. I'm going to press that a lot these days. We need to have them so they don't always get pressed. Maybe we need to push them back a little more, because they are very close to the board right now. We might do that. Then we're going to have a comparator coming out here, which is going to feed up to a redstone lamp to let you know if it's empty or not. And then we're going to have a couple more droppers feeding out this way. And then a minecart is going to go over those and deal out cards to them. So that's the idea. Let me make some more materials, and I shall be back with you guys in a second. Okay, so just testing this out, it appears as though I've created some form of weirdness. There's an item in here, redstone here, pressure plate up here, nothing. Absolutely diddly squat. For some reason. It's not that redstone doesn't power it, because it does, and I just had another item in there and it worked. Even that's not working. I appear to have created some kind of bud switch of some description. This hopper or this dropper is locked on somehow. Let's see if it works now. Nope. I have certainly created some kind of weirdness. There we go. Okay. So that comparator locks it on. If we put 2 items in here, one flies out okay, and the other one does. Okay. It's something to do with the lamp then and stuff. Interesting. Right. How we fix? How do we fix? I would like the light higher as well, and I don't think I can get that. I'd like the light up above this air block here. Yeah, I don't think I can do that. At least not easily. Well, we are only going to have one item in there, ever. It's only a problem when there's two items, it seems. Let's test it again. Let's rebuild and retest. Grab the redstone. Okay. And then if we put one item in here, okay, it's in the dropper, and we'll put the hopper back on top. Okay. If we trigger this, it comes out absolutely fine. If we do it, try it again, send that down. Okay. It may be that the hopper is getting powered. Trigger it, absolutely fine. But then if we put two items in, let's put two slabs in. They've both gone in there, which we should be able to see. In fact, one has come out now. Okay, we try and trigger the other one. Nothing. That's where the problem lies. But now if we do it, still nothing. Really? So it's when one item is in there, and one item's... Reset it. Still nothing. Huh. Not entirely sure what the issue is. If we do it now. Nothing. Okay, so we need to... If you guys have any ideas, I'm assuming it's some kind of bud? Or it's latched on somehow? Something's got some power somewhere? If we break this guy and replace it, let's see if that works. Put an item back in there. Okay, yeah, so breaking it and replace it works. It's for some reason that block believes it has power if more than one item goes in. If more than one item goes in, it believes it still has power. That's an interesting little bug. Just thought I'd share that, guys. Share that with you guys. That's the words I was trying to say. Anyway, I'll dig out the rest of this. It shouldn't be a problem. If it is, then we can work something out. Okay, we have all our hopper dropper thingies set up, but I've thought of a way that we can do the other part that we want to do. The thing with the lights moved higher. That's the word. So let's grab the light and let's move this and replace it with a piston. On the piston, let's put that block. We'll put the light one higher, so let's put something in the dropper to move that block up. Light there. And then where can we do this? I think there's no easy place to do this. What I want is to power this block. I can't power it from beneath because there's a piston there. Can't really power it from the sides, so I'm going to have to power it from the back, which means this will have to move as well, which is a little annoying. But anyway, we'll work it out. Let us do that. Let's get a repeater on top of a stone brick block, like so. Then we'll replace this with a repeater and a torch, which I do not have. Make some of those. Boom, boom, boom. Done. Got some torches, and we'll put one of those there. And that is not within the boundary that I have already set. Okay, we might have to widen the boundary a little bit. But this is as wide as it will get. But now... Ah, you broken again? What? What? Oh, no. Ah, now the, damn it. The, hopper... Oh, hello. I'm over here now. Sorry. I was covering my face and I was pressing buttons, apparently. The piston is powered from this block here now. Okay, that's annoying. We could do... We could... I don't like any of this options. Damn it. Okay, let me think about this, and I'll be back in a second. Alrighty, so we have all the droppers in place, all the hoppers in place, and we have the final piece of this puzzle of the drafting phase of the game in place as well. This hopper, or this rail system above the hoppers. So, for those of you who are unfamiliar with the mechanic of drafting, drafting is essentially choosing something from a set. If you are given 8 cards and you're told to draft 1 card, you would pick one of those 8 cards and get rid of the other 7. That's essentially what the mechanic is. You're picking something out of a set that will be beneficial to you or will aid your strategy in some way. So so Gravwell uses drafting. And this is our drafting system. The way Gravwell works, you deal out face-down cards equal to 3 times the number of players. So in a 3-player game, you deal out 9 face-down cards. And then, on top of each of those face-down cards, you deal out face-up cards. You deal out a face-up card on each face-down card. So in the end, you end up with 9 sets of cards, 1 face-down, 1 face-up. Everybody can see the face-up card. Now, starting with whichever player goes first, they get to draft one of those sets of cards. They get to pick the 2 cards, 1 face-down, 1 face-up. So let's say you pick the second face-up card, you'll get the second face-down card. Everybody will know what face-up card you picked, but only one person, you, will know what face-down card you got with your face-up card. And that's the idea here. So, this will be able to deal out up to 12, which is the maximum amount of players times 3, which is 4. 4 maximum players times 3, 12. So it'll deal out 12 face-down cards. The face-down cards will be hidden in the droppers underneath these hoppers. It will then deal 12 face-up cards into this chest here, which will be visible to all players. You pick whichever face-up card from here, say you pick face-up card number 4, you will come over to the system here, the face-down card system, and step on pressure plate number 4 and receive the 4th face-down card. That's how the system works. I think it's pretty clever. I think, anyway. But anyway, let us put in 24 of these. So this will be the maximum amount of players, 4, times 3, which is 12, times 2, because of 1 face-down card, 1 face-up card. If we send this minecart on its way, we should see each of these lights light up, which we do, and we won't see 24 cards going here because I forgot to fix the system. Dang it. Okay, that's the problem. Let's fix this real quick. We just need to extend the rails around like so. Whoops. Let's press this. Yes. Press all of these. And press them again, because that's how this works right now. There we go. There we go. The bug kind of fixes itself in a way. Before we had the issue of if too many items went into the dropper, then the drop would just stay on. Now that is fixed because it seems that the one next to it, the hopper dropper system next to it, will latch the droppers into off, so the item won't actually end up into the dropper. Anyway, I always get confused between dropper and hopper. It's kind of annoying. Let's make our minecart again. Put him back down there. Take 24 of these items, and we'll try again. This time it should work. Each of these lights come on. Minecart goes around like that, and then goes back to the beginning. And we'll do some kind of system to stop him over there. We should see 12 in here. We do, and a couple of rails. So each of these 12, if all the items are unique, will be positioned like this. So then let's say we take item 4, nice piece of cobble. Everybody sees that I took a piece of cobble. And we go to 1, 2, 3, 4 over here. Press it. And we get another nice piece of cobble. Yay! And that's how the system works. Obviously with cards it will be different. Each thing will be unique. There's 26 cards in total. So obviously 2 cards won't be used. We just have to deal out 24 cards into that there. And yeah, that's the entire system. That's how it works. I'm pretty proud of it. If you have any suggestions, let me know. And we just need to work on the rest of the stuff for Gravwell, really. Alrighty, so I've just set up something quick and dirty here, so we can test this. Obviously, with a card system, we need to be able to shuffle it. So, that is what this system is here for. It's completely manual at the moment. We'll automate it at a later date. So, I also need to actually get on one more thing. Don't have the stuff to do it. We'll do a button. Boom. Okay. So, this is a shuffler here. Hopper loop going back into a dropper. This dropper here is just going to be there for later. But this hopper is going to suck any items in this dropper out of it and round back into this dropper. This is a shuffler like you saw in Clue. Just a hopper loop going through a dropper. What I've also done, actually, before we carry on, is filled this with 26 different items. There are 26 cards in Gravwell, so I filled this with 26 different items. This here is a hopper clock. This is going to pulse back and forth and cause this to shuffle. We let that shuffle for a little bit, and we see stuff is looping back around in a random order. In fact, okay, we might want to extend this because it's not taking all the items out of the hopper here, or out of the dropper. It's only taking the first one. So yeah, we're probably going to want to extend this. In fact, it's also not taking these items. So, to fix that, we can either get this pulsing faster, what if we put a comparator here and did that there? That's either going to double speed or not pulse it at all. The answer is not pulse it at all. Okay, we need something that pulses faster than this. This is too slow, because all it's doing is bringing in the same items each time. Well, not necessarily. Well, yes, necessarily. All it's doing is shuffling the same 9 items over and over again. Okay, so that's an issue. The only thing we can do to fix that is to either delay it around the top by putting more hoppers around, or let's try this for a second. Let's do more hoppers. We can't do that many hoppers. Delay it around the top so it takes longer for it to come back around, or stop. Or we're missing some items now, but hey ho. What we need is to get it to drop 2 at the same time, so we're going to need to quicken this. Okay, Let me work on a way to do that, and I'll be back in a second. So, I've just spotted a massive problem which should have been glaringly obvious. You guys probably spotted it. This is a faster clock. It's like one tick off, or one tick on, one tick off, which is super fast. You can see it ticking away here. But the glaring problem is that all the items are going back into here. So, to fix that issue, what we need to do is reroute this either round this way or reroute the other one round the other way, and we're going to reroute the other one. So let's break that. That's actually probably gone into the system now. Okay, there we go. There's a hopper. Let's break this one and this one. This is going to completely mess up my design, so let's break all of everything really and find the dropper and the hopper. There we go. Okay, dropper here, hopper here, here and here. Okay, and then hoppers along here, like that. Okay, now that's looping properly, and hopefully we should see pretty much everything being used. We're not seeing it here though. That hopper's giving off the first item. We could always do 2 droppers. This discovery may change all of my shufflers, which would not be fun, because these items are definitely not being shuffled, right? Okay, what if we turn this off for a second? Everything should eventually flow back into that dropper. Okay, so if we now turn it back on with a quick redstone torch, boom boom, too slow, boom boom, okay. Everything being shuffled out of there, and yeah, it's only taking the first item again. Because it feeds up into here too fast, and then these ones won't get used. Okay, that's an issue, and I may need to change my other shufflers because of that. I'm going to do some testing off camera and see what I can do. Okay, so we are just over here in a test world. In fact, it's the Cluedo test world that somebody made for me on Twitter, because it's the first one I had available. And I've got 3 setups here for shufflers, all identical apart from slightly different changes. All identical apart from they're not the same. So, this is the first one. This is the shuffler which we've used for Clue and for Gravwell. As you can see here, we've got these 4 items which do not get shuffled, and we've got these 3 items, well, occasionally one gets shuffled. So we've got these 2 items which do not get shuffled. Beyond that, there's 6 items in there that do not get shuffled at all. They will remain in that same order, just everything will change around them. Over here, we have a setup where the middle hopper has been replaced by another dropper, which is also being powered by this clock. So this dropper is dropping. This dropper is also dropping a random item, but then over here we have these 4 items which do not change, and this 1 item which does not change. So again, it's another issue. This was filled. These 2 are filled in the same way. So this one was filled from the top here, and this one was filled from the top here. Now this system is slightly different. It has 2 droppers, which are both being fed by hoppers. So I filled 9 items into this dropper and 9 items into this dropper. And then they're both being powered the same way by the same clock. And you can see here they're randomly changing. This one's randomly changing, and we have only 1 item that's hanging around in each of the droppers, which is constantly changing. So we have nothing that's fixed. Everything is changing. It's becoming different. So that's the trick to this, it seems. You need in your system as many droppers as you have items divided by 9. So in Cluedo we're shuffling 18 cards, which is there's 18 items in each of these. So you need 2 droppers because 18 divided by 9 is 2. You could do 3 just to be safe, but it doesn't seem necessary. So, for Gravwell, you're shuffling 26 cards, which means 26 divided by 9 is something like 2.8 or whatever. Obviously, you can't have a point of a dropper, or a fraction of a dropper, so you have 3 droppers. So that's the system there. You need as many droppers. If you want to build a shuffler, you need as many droppers as you have items divided by 9. Because obviously, the reason why it's 9 is there are 9 slots in each dropper, and you need to fill them. And you also need to fill them equally, or at least have all of your items in droppers and not backed up in your hopper loop here. So like here you have 9 items in each. In Gravwell we'll probably have 9 items, and then whatever's left over, which would be 8 items, I believe. So that's the system we're going to go with. Let me go set that up on the actual Mindcrack server, and I'll be back with you guys in a second. Okay, so we have a 3 dropper system set up. I nearly called them hoppers, nearly did it. And that should be working fine. Let's give it a test. It's also worth noting, we'll let this shuffle for a second, it's also worth noting that if you have more, if you have a faster clock, you can get away with using less droppers, as you will have less of a backup to deal with. As we can see here, we're only getting 1 item left in there, 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 1 item left in there. Nothing is stagnant, nothing is waiting to be shuffled. That's all changing, and that's all changing. So the entire system seems to be working, which is excellent. You shouldn't get any problems if the inventory is full and it tries to drop. I believe it doesn't drop if the inventory is full. We can give that a test though. Hang on, if I power you, is that going to power this one? No, fantastic. Okay, let's fill this dropper up here with like all that stuff. Then we'll place a piece of iron, and we should see that hopefully it doesn't spew out everywhere. Excellent. So yeah, that you don't have to worry about it being clogged up and spitting your items on the ground. Everything is working fine. So now the next piece of the puzzle is that after this has shuffled for a few seconds and seems sufficiently shuffled, we now turn this hopper on. So now this hopper won't accept items, and everything that has been shuffled will now clog up into this dropper here. It will start ticking because there's less items. We should have replaced that one with something else. Okay, let's turn this off now because that's done, and let's replace it with a piece of gold. So, actually, that's an added benefit that I didn't expect. So, there are 2 items left in here. So we've got 9, 14, 19, 24. We don't even need to count it all out. We just need to pulse that dropper until it's done. Fantastic. That's actually really useful. Okay, but then the basic idea is that this will drop away. Whoops. Drop everything away down into that hopper system. Until it's empty, and then everything will be in this minecart, and the minecart will go off, do its thing. There we go. Drop 1 item in each of these. Whoops, I stepped on that one. That's a problem. Drop 1 item in each of those. Drop 6 items into here. Oh no, 12 items into here, sorry. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Fantastic! And then it will go off and do its own thing down there. Brilliant! It works. It works fantastically well. Okay. Good. Let's put a block here to stop the minecart from coming too far down this way, and it should also automatically be able to go that way. Fantastic. Yeah, so it works. That's really good. I'm pleased with that. Anything we need to change or think about? We do need to add a system. Say if there's only 3 players, then you can only drop 9 items, or use 9 of these, and then drop 9 into there. So we are going to need to do some kind of counting system, probably, just to be for the number of players. But we can work that out. But yeah, I think we might be coming towards the end of the episode. Let me have a look, and I'll clean up a little bit here. Okay, yeah, we're definitely coming to the end of the episode. We're at about 31 minutes recorded, so that's probably about 30 minutes of footage. So, as always, thank you very much for watching. Next episode, I plan to do some... Come on. Okay, good. Next episode, I plan to do some kind of birthday chamber in the Clue Manor there. We did have a donator with a special birthday message, who we will put into the birthday chamber. Same kind of principle as the birthday chamber in Season 4. It will open once every 365 days or something like that. Minecraft days, not real life days. And yeah, if you have any donations you would like to go into the birthday chamber, then leave a donation on the PayPal link below. Donations at the moment going towards a device for recording console gameplay and a new microphone, maybe. Well, I was talking about it in a stream yesterday, and a lot of people were just like, yeah, your microphone's fine. It's just a vocal minority. But we'll see how much donations come in. If enough comes in, then I might as well pick up a mic, right? But as always, thank you guys very much for watching, and I shall see you in the next episode.